What's going on? So I decided to start something different. I'm going to take you on a walk with my dog in the woods as an intro to the podcast, because I feel like we need a little bit more me for the video aspect of it. So this is my neighborhood, and this is my dog. Everybody knows Finn. See? Well, what everybody doesn't know is that he's had a heart issue, and we actually had to go get that taken care of yesterday. So that was a big thing for us, because trying to figure this thing out, because I also had my back injection yesterday. So going from one day my injection for my back post car accident to the next day this guy having to get an injection, or not an injection, but some tests and everything. So anyway, that's all cleared up now, and both of us are doing well. You should be seeing him. Yep, there he went. So back to the show. Today's episode is with Darren Prince. Darren, all you gotta do is Google this guy. Amazing dude. But he's been through a lot of shit. So he started his, how I found him is he's actually an agent. And so me kind of getting into this new field, looking at agents, found that he was an agent to pretty much the top stars, you know, in like the late 90s, early 2000s. He had Hulk Hogan, Dennis Rodman, just all the guys from that era, you know, Carmen Electra, all those people. He was their agent. He was also addicted to a bunch of pills, perks, oxys, things like that. And I needed to talk to him. He's one of those guys that he figured out he had a problem and he wanted to get it fixed. So he went through the steps of getting everything fixed, and now one of his main missions is to try to help. So I loved talking with him, sitting down and actually kind of picking his brain a little bit to see a lot of stuff. So this is a new intro for me. I'm gonna try this out for you guys. Genuinely hope that this little intro is fun for you, as it has been for me. And I get to try out this new gimbal, and you got to see Finn again. So I'm gonna let you enjoy the episode with Darren Prince. Go check him out online everywhere. Everything's in the notes below. Truly hope you enjoy this. Find me everywhere online. I am Rob Childs. Let me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, and if we can get this guy in more videos, I think we're gonna have to do it. So that's it for today. Enjoy the episode. Really hope that you do. I put a lot into this, put a lot of myself into this, and so hopefully I can be more open to you and potentially become an asset in your life. So enjoy the episode with Darren Prince. It's the countdown thing works a lot better than with Zoom, because with Zoom you have no idea what you're when you're starting. So now I know
that's
we're
a good
starting.
point.
So
Yep.
yeah. So for my listeners out there, today we have a special guest, Darren Prince. I've actually started following you recently because of where my life's at. But you are the CEO of Prince Marketing. You have a book out, Aiming High. I'm waiting for mine to come in yet. I haven't read it, so don't quiz me on that. You're a public speaker and entrepreneur, along with a gigantic client list. The main ones: Magic Johnson, Hulk Hogan, Charlie Sheen, Dennis Rodman, Chevy Chase, and the late Joe Frazier. So my main question to you is you are a don't take this offensively, please, but you are a special education child from New Jersey that has become one of the most successful agents in addiction. How do you go about doing that? And kind of start your story if you don't mind.
I don't regret any of it. I think it all happened perfectly in hindsight. But I was, I guess, from the outside, it looked like I was a totally normal kid growing up. Had a great, loving mother and father, sister, great family, and I was just verbally teased because I was put in very small classrooms and special ed rooms, and verbally made fun of, and really never spoke up. Took it with me into my teenage years, and you hear nowadays, you could hear a little word that sometimes can change the entire trajectory of your life in those developmental years, and that really, it really did a number on my psyche, my self-esteem, my self-worth. Then I was 14, I was in sleepaway camp and had terrible stomach pains one night from anxiety, and a counselor gave me, the nurse, after the counselor took me to the infirmary, gave me this green liquid that tasted absolutely terrible. And my life changed forever from that green liquid. I got back to the bunk. I was the smart one now, the cool one, the popular one, the talkative one, the bubbly one, the one that was comfortable in my own skin. I flirted with girls for the first time in my life. And thinking of it the next day, did all the activities in camp. And that very next night, I'm lying in bed, but now I had no stomach pains, but I'm obsessing on that feeling. And I healed over and I learned how to lie and con. And the counselors took the bait,
Mm-hmm.
and so did the nurse. And I did this every night for 3 weeks until my mom and dad came up for visitation day and found that I was taking liquid Demerol. And that was the end of that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That's I remember I didn't start off on drugs or have like an introduction that way. I started off on like a Zima or something like that, and it seems like that first one kind of sticks with you forever, and that's the one you
Oh, yeah,
start
I was
chasing.
just
Did
about to
you?
say I chased it, man, for 20,
Yep.
24 years to the top of the sports and entertainment world, and multiple overdoses, and thinking this guy's got the dream life. Every guy wanted to hang out with me, be a part of my inner circle. Um, and then the celebrities from Muhammad Ali, Smoking Joe Frazier, Looking Evil, Magic Johnson, Rodman in his heyday. I mean, all these guys, Pamela Anderson, when she was, most recognized human female on earth. And, but here I
Mm-hmm.
am still hiding a secret that, not only was I suffering from imposter syndrome and the opiates gave me superpowers, but I was completely unhealed and a broken soul deep down, deep to my core. And just wanting to always look back in the other direction and let everybody know, look at me and look at you. I was the dumb one, huh? Look how I did and look at where you're at in life.
Yeah, it's weird those things that you carry with you that you use as fuel or motivation. Like you could have somebody make fun of you in the fourth grade, and that can fuel you to a successful law degree or whatever it is. So it is kind of
Yeah, and then
crazy
it's
where it can pick
interesting,
up. So
I had all different cliques of friends, and the ones that were probably more of the popular crowd. Even after I got sober, Facebook became popular, and you see everybody starts reaching out for me. The people that I didn't even think I said hello to back in grade school, grammar school, elementary school, and high school. But just to
yeah.
say, wow, what unbelievable how what you've built, and I think it's just funny. It's the way the world sometimes works, but as people have really gotten to know the real Darren Prince, that's not what impresses me about myself. What impresses me about myself is
Mm-hmm.
on July 2nd, 2008, when I fell on my knees and called out to God with every fiber in my soul and to take the chains off me. And if you take me out of hell, you could take the money to the business and notoriety. I'll spend one day at a time the rest of my life taking others out with me. And, to have that gift of recovery and spirituality and healing and self love for the first time in my life, not because of the biggest stars in the world, but because I found me on this journey. And I
Mm-hmm.
finally have really developed self esteem for the first time in my life by helping others.
Yeah, it's a cool spot that I found myself in, and speaking with you because I believe like 2 weeks ago I had a pretty bad car accident. Um, and I've been sober off of alcohol, drugs for 4 years, 4+ years now. And having an accident, like they instantly brought me Percocet, and I was like, no, anything besides that one. I ended up having to take something like a morphine injection while I was there, just because I mean my car flipped a few times. It was bad. Um, but actually trying to have vulnerable conversations with people in success are hard to do. It seems like people that have reached a level of success are very guarded. Oh, cool little dog, man. Um,
My
and
girlfriend's dog.
so,
He's making a
uh,
cameo. Sorry about that. Bash on
no,
such a
no, don't be.
serious topic. You had to jump in.
But yeah, so
I look, man. I lived it. I just went through the same thing. Same thing. You don't say I don't have it in
yeah,
right
yeah,
now,
that's
but
what
I've
you're
been
talking
very
about.
vocal about it. I've been deaf since I was 25. I had a cochlear implant put in. They drilled a hole into my ear bone. Uh, and I was in and out
Hmm.
of the hospital and did, but complications, which is very common. It's not a typical procedure. Infections, pain, oozing, uncomfortability. But I learned from my sponsor there's a huge difference between drug use and drug abuse. And
Yeah.
it's a matter of being honest with ourselves. And I won't go near the opiates. They did give me fentanyl, apparently, when I came through. They said fentanyl is something that they can control a lot easier in the hospital to take you in and out of a procedure. And I felt like crap, man. I was just like, how are these kids even taking this stuff? And thank God that's the
Yeah.
reaction I want. And I talk openly about it. The only thing I've taken in recovery from procedures typically would be Tylenol with codeine. I don't have a reaction with codeine like I do with opiates.
Hmm.
And but then you're compromising your stomach's a mess for a week. And I wasn't like the way I was feeling on that. And the doctor goes, "Hey, why don't you go to a THC store and maybe get some low grade THC?" So my assistants, were very aware of my recovery journey. It's like, weed was never an issue to me. If I could take something to deal with the healing, deal with the inflammation, go get me a vape with a very small dose, and work for a couple of days. And ironically, I think maybe 3, 4 days in, man, there was a little bit of pain. Probably could have gone for the Tylenol and Advil. Here I am coming up on 14 years sober, and I'm thinking about getting the vape. And I call my
Hmm.
sponsor because, of course, you are, because that's what we do. Because
Yeah.
you hear cunning, baffling, and
Yep.
powerful, and you have woken the sleeping giant, and the horse is out of the barn. But this is where your foundation comes into place and honesty within yourself. Of course, you could say you got a free pass. The doctor said it's okay. I'm uncomfortable. I'm in pain. But we found another way, and I got through it. And I love
Hmm.
the fact that my thought process was still, yeah, I'd like, you know what, I can go another couple of days with this. No one's gonna know, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna know. And
Yeah. It's
that's a
it's a
beautiful
oh,
experience to have in recovery, to know that we can get through even physical ailments, procedures, surgeries, God forbid, car accidents, and know that, look, don't put a timer on it. The bottom line is only you know within yourself if you're uncomfortable. And always remember, like I said,
yeah.
there's a huge difference between drug use and drug abuse. And when you have that
Hmm.
breakthrough again and know that, okay, the time's done, I can do this. And my foundation and my spiritual brothers and sisters were able to get me through it. Man, it just took my recovery to a whole nother level I didn't even think it can get to. And, Brandon Novak, my spiritual
Yeah.
brother from Jackass, Tim Ryan, they're all my boys. I'm talking to them, and just such a beautiful experience to get through something like that. But at the same time, knowing that my disease is alive and well, that here I am, hundreds of
Yeah.
speeches around the world, international best-selling book on my memoir, consulting with Banyan, getting people into treatment, starting my own foundation, and that little beep, that little opening got this brain going again. Because I believe in recovery, as it says in the big book in the steps, that self-confidence is a liability. I've got today. I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go to bed sober tonight.
Hmm.
And I think those that feel they got this, those are not the family, the spiritual family I want to associate with in recovery. because nobody has this. Whether you're counting days or have 30 years, we all have the moment of right now, and that's what's so great about it. That you know, no one's better than anybody else. I've just been doing it
Hmm.
longer than a lot of people at 14 years.
Right. Yeah, there was something that you said that I just forgot about. Oh, yeah, so you said something about like when you took that first green liquid, you got that confidence and everything, that you didn't have. To insert myself a little bit, I did take the vape about a year ago. I had a cancer kind of medical mishap happen, and I took that free pass, to use the weed vape, and it helped. It significantly helped. The issue with it is now I have that built-in pass, and there's really no expiration date on it, and so I'm kind of holding myself accountable as to stop stopping the use of it, and I'm finding it more difficult. It's not really like getting the gears going to like, really go out start running, but it's definitely something that I wouldn't suggest
Yeah.
most people do.
Yep.
You know,
Hey, look, man, we're
and the
creatures
big
of instant gratification. So whether it's food,
Mhm.
shopping, gambling, sex, whatever the heck it might be, we're feel good
Yeah,
junkies. And
yeah,
there were days that I probably didn't need the vape, the third and fourth day.
hmm,
But I'm also like, you know what? I have to work. I got to function. I got to be honest with me.
yep,
Um, I mean, my ears oozing. There's, it was legit. But that free pass on that fifth day is when I almost felt like I had another white light moment, and I just my building here right across my hall. Maybe this is the unit God wanted for me because I took the vape on that fifth morning and I threw it right down the trash chute, even knowing I can go 10 minutes down the street and buy another one.
yeah,
But I also know where that's going to get me. One day is going to lead to another day.
yeah,
I'll have sciatica one day. Let me keep it around the house just in case. There's no reason to go below another $30. Let me have somebody in the office hide it here. I can bullshit myself better than anybody.
yeah,
And that free pass for me um, doesn't work because I don't care how accountable I'm going to hold myself. My disease and my allergy of addiction is going to win every single freaking time. It might not be today, it might not be next week, but I want to be the advocate that's a closet vaping freaking THC addict that's sitting there trying to help people. Mm-mm. I'm all about talking the talk and walking the walk. And it's also I'm so open about this because some old timers back in New Jersey that would be like, "Oh, you did it too much. You got to start counting days." I never listened to that because I know,
yeah,
the reality is I did the next right thing. Could it have ended a day or two early? Yeah, of course. But again, as Steve, my longtime sponsor, got 36 years. So he's got to remember the big difference between drug abuse and drug use.
yeah, yep. So one thing that I've noticed with specifically to stay on the subject of like the vaping, the THC, I've noticed that it takes away confidence, for me anyway. And confidence is something that I've struggled with since I've had my medical like mishap, and I place a lot of my value in the amount of muscle that I have and what I can offer, physically. I'm still working on creating value within myself, so that's kind of something that I'm working on. But in your profession, from my perspective, you have to be confident, or at least
Mm-hmm.
exude confidence. Now, you were heavily using. I mean, your story is all over. It's amazing, and it's helped me kind of formulate some of these questions because you were using during the time to where you could go to a doctor at 101 Main Street. They'll give you a prescription that's connected to the pharmacy, and then the next day you can go to 102 Main Street and they'll give you another
Especially when you're
prescription,
walking in with
and you
smoking
can.
Joe Frazier or putting them on the phone with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, yeah. So you have unlimited access to everything, and you have this amazing life with this huge client list. You got to be riding high. What's that fall like, and how do you build yourself
I
back
mean,
up?
the fall, obviously, I was ready. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I had the gift of desperation when I called out to God for help, and I had that white light moment. Um, I believe, I regained the power of choice at that point, and that power of choice eventually led me to hope and recovery and giving back to other people. And I then slowly, once I became in touch with who I am and worked through the steps and cleared out all that so-called trauma and resentment, and became spiritual and created a life of service. And seeing that every one of my celebrities not only stood by my side, the respect and the love went to a whole nother level, because every single one of them knows somebody
Mm.
that's suffering if they didn't themselves. Um, and then realizing, God bless my father, one of the best things he ever taught me, aside from being a business mentor and a best friend, was relationship building. And the relationship building is what makes me know I'm the best in the world at what I do. I've dealt with conversations with stars that, some of my clients, and personal talks that I literally am like a therapist. And my spirituality has them now sometimes lean on me for advice. And that,
So you feel like,
and I think that came from
so you feel
comfortability
like
in my
your
own
life.
skin, and what a feeling of like, I know now that I can walk into a room with the biggest agents, producers, sports owners, athletes, and I know there's a God-given glow around me because I'm so confident and comfortable talking about the uncomfortable that it's given me a level of
Right.
confidence that I can never ever get as an agent. I've walked into some of the biggest production studios here, whatever it may be, without dropping names, and
Right.
I will
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
find that opening to talk about my journey. And it can't put a price on it. I mean, Jeannie Buss, the Lakers owner, is a dear friend of mine. We spoke 2 Saturdays ago. That's how my Saturday morning started. Jay Shetty called me after that, a very good friend of mine. Like, I am filled with God given wisdom from living it, just like you have. A lot of those people haven't. They've seen it, they
Unfortunately.
don't understand it. They're empathetic, they're compassionate, but hearing it from me, looking at the parallel of my professional success, and most importantly, what those God given words do when they come out of my mouth, because we're going to save a life or two on this podcast. Forget the business stuff, multi-million dollar deals, whatever. They're the great ones. My celebrities and athletes are the ones that have accomplished extraordinary things. I personally believe you don't need to be anybody special to have that gift. It's the gift that comes is the lives that we're able to touch and save. And every one of my clients have seen
So you
that.
feel like
And to me, that's a that's an internal love, a feeling of unstoppable, unshakable faith and a confidence that could just never put a price on. But I got to work in it every day. I got to be of service every day. And
yeah.
my girlfriend Nicolette and I are going on Monday to Europe for 12 days. It's my sister's wedding on Sunday. My sister Stacy, and I'm finally putting myself. It's usually in the summertime. I'm being selfish and going away for 12 days because I'm feeling burnt out. And I believe that in order to be selfless, once in a while you got to be selfish and put yourself first so you can give that energy out to the world. That could be
Yeah.
better for my team of 10 people, my 7 agents and 3 assistants. I've got office in New Jersey and out here. Everything I need to do to be the best version of me, I got to put myself first, because that confidence will go out the window. My emotional recovery will go out the window. My sobriety will go out the window. Physical ailments will start. I've seen it. I've been there. I've done that. I haven't done this whole thing perfectly in 14 years. The one
Yeah.
thing I haven't done is, picked up a drink or a drug unprescribed. That and Bash is making
Right.
another
Right.
cameo. Yeah.
It's a cool dog, man. It's real life. It's very
Yeah, but
unscripted.
I mean, you'll get there too.
It's
Like,
what
here's
I
the thing:
like.
if you're a big presence and everything is about your physical appearance. You have a bigger draw than I do walking into a room because, like, oh, look at that big guy. Look at that. Use that to your advantage. You can have people just
Yeah.
gravitate towards you. And now that you're on this beautiful journey of recovery, and yeah, you've had mishaps and you've had issues just like any of us, and you've had struggles here and there recently.
Mhm.
Doesn't mean you're not sober. You're doing everything you need to do. You're calling yourself out on your own
Yeah.
bullshit, and that's a beautiful thing. I mean, look, I could get a horrible case of sciatica in a month again. Um, and when I get it, I'm still in the gym 5 days a week. It is brutal. And yeah, I said to my
Oh
sponsor, it's
yeah.
a lightning bolt down my left leg, my right leg, could barely move. Um, I said to my sponsor, I said, like you said, that free pass stuff, my thought process is at least I know there's a solution instead of Advil and Tylenol if I got to go to an event with a client. But look, man, the
Right.
one thing is, and he taught me this too, the physical pain will go away. Our drug addiction and substance abuse disorder will never leave us. It's always there.
Yeah, I've realized I can handle a lot more physical pain than I thought I could, but what I didn't expect is all the opiates. I wasn't using my drug of
That the
choice
same
was
same here.
Percocets
Perks
and
and
or Oxy.
Vicodins. Yeah.
And yep. And so I lost my train of thought.
You said
Long
what you
day.
realized
Anyway,
your drug of choice is Percocets. The other stuff. Maybe you were trying to make a point about the vaping.
yeah, I don't know. I lost it. It happens all the time. Oh, yeah. That's one thing that I was trying to think about is like trying to figure out how to formulate this. So you have to have confidence. Like it just comes with what you
Mm-hmm.
do, who you are. Do you feel like that has like a false bravado with it ever? And do you ever get I wrote it down because I was really curious about this and asking you
No,
imposter
I don't
syndrome.
have it anymore. All I
That's
look
something
at it
that I
is
feel
that
like
so-called BS super agent life that people want to call it because I know I'm nobody special and they can call me or refer to me whatever you want. When at the end of the day, if Darren Prince was representing Rob Childs or vice versa, I'm pretty sure they're not going to be calling either one of us super agent or A-list celebrity. I haven't lost sight of the fact that it's because of
mm,
them. I just happen to be a key ingredient to having access to them to negotiate, all sorts of various business opportunities. But I look at it now, it's like an alter ego. And my girlfriend's seen it, other people seen it, and how I can turn it on and off so quickly. And I mean, right after this, I got to call Hulk Hogan on business. Charlie Sheen and I were communicating an hour ago. We have a big event. So my office is arranging, a jet for him up in Salt Lake. And I got to connect with Ric Flair later today on something. But this is life. I mean, this is what I do. Um, they
yeah.
I don't want to say they depend on me. Most are obviously set financially, but they rely on me. And they come to me also as a voice of
Mm,
reason. 99% of my conversations, bro, right now with my celebrities are about life. Denise Richards and I caught up a couple weeks ago, and 45 minutes, probably 40 minutes, was how life is and how much her and her husband Aaron, miss me, and I haven't seen them forever. And obviously, her and Charlie are still close. And um, Jerry West came by here on July 4th. We stood in the driveway of my high rise here for 30 minutes outside in the driveway and just talking about NBA, talking about life, talking about his depression that he's been very open about, and how he's so happy that I'm going away. I was with James Worthy Saturday afternoon, and he didn't realize it was my 14th sober birthday. Knew I was sober. He literally got up in the middle of being around all these people to give me a big bear hug and tell me, how proud he was. I didn't mention one thing to you right
that's
there
awesome.
about business. So I think
Yeah.
when I have to get into business mode and I'm in an environment, yeah, then it's like an alias or it's like an alter ego. I have to be on my A game. I'm even more confident now because now I have this cochlear implant in my left ear that I can actually hear um, everything in a room. But I don't think it's imposter syndrome at all now. Like I said, I just think it's that alter ego, no matter how I'm feeling. I've lived it with Magic. I've seen it with Hulk. I've seen it with Rodman. All these guys, like the minute they leave their house, they have to be on. If they're dealing with regular everyday
Mm-hmm.
life problems, they can't show it. Not in today's world with social media. They have to be super careful. I thank God I'm not that person. I never wanted the recognition. I never wanted the fame. I just wanted to build something successful I can provide for my family, friends, coworkers, everybody, and thank God we've done that.
Yeah. No, it's cool for me to hear that because I'm kind of going through like starting a second career similar to the path that you're on. I'm hopefully
Good for
getting
you.
doing law school coming up next fall, and kind of like restarting my life in my 30s. And I've had this fear that my experiences were going to prevent me from, or my experiences in life in the past were going to prevent me from kind of moving forward. So right now I live in Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor is a very liberal city, to say the least. You will offend anybody by doing
Why
literally
don't you?
anything.
Sorry for
Um,
interrupting. Why don't you change the
so
mindset and say it'll propel you to move forward?
yeah, that's actually what I was going to get to. Is I haven't heard that. Like you almost use it
100%.
as an advantage.
There are no
Um,
such things as
yeah.
losses. There's
It,
lessons. That's what it is. I wouldn't change a single thing about my past. I mean, yeah, I would have loved to have been more kind of outgoing and open about my struggles as a teenager. Um, especially now we have these reunions every 10 years, and it's great. I come there, and every time I like connect with everybody. Now it's the first high school reunion was all about the agency life, and then I think we just did we do our 30th? Yeah, we did the 30th, and the 30th was actually right around the time my book came out. And you would have thought I was, Michael Jordan walking in with all these moms and dads I went to school with that have their own kids struggling with mental health and substance abuse. And if that wasn't the most
yeah.
beautiful, retribution, just having this ability, like, hey, if I did things differently, this wouldn't be able to happen right now. I'm actually change these people's mindsets, possibly help their children. And that's beautiful. Why would I
Mhm.
regret or resent my past? I mean, I walked in and it was like people wanted book signed, but that wasn't why I was there. I was there to just connect with old friends and classmates and shoot the BS, and it became literally all about my book that was out and how open and honest, and so you can't ever regret the past. I mean, if you go to meetings, they always say or wish to shut the door on it. There's a reason for that.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I know you're extremely busy. So we'll get you out of here pretty quick. I just wanted to bring up your book. Kind of going through the process and making it. Did you write it or was it a ghost writer
So I
with your
did a lot of
story, or
talking and
kind
recording and
of?
a lot of lunches. Kristen McGinnis, my brilliant writer, co-wrote it. Anna David, my publisher. It's amazing. It was their vision. Um, they came up with the name after we spent months and months on it, and never did I think in a million years. Here we are 3 years later, and it's bigger than ever. I have another book coming out in a couple months that's a mix between business life lessons and also, my journey since Aiming High came out. But,
Mhm.
never in a million years did I think within a couple weeks this was going to become an international bestseller in 4 countries. But I don't say that to impress. I say to impress upon that that's my God-given journey right now, because the amount of humans that's helped around the world is just unbelievable. And I never
Mhm.
expected it. I truly didn't. And it's the greatest thing I've done in my life, getting sober, writing my memoir. I know my father and my uncle. My uncle was alive. He passed away a year ago. He's a large reason I got sober. My father passed before the book came out, and they always wanted me to write a book. And God, just to be able to have my testimony and just to be so open, honest, and free about it, and just get random DMs on Instagram and Facebook and our website and phone calls and texts. And it's just the greatest feeling in the world knowing that I'm a voice now, and my voice has allowed people to be open about their struggles and what they're dealing with. And they have a shot at a brand new life that is beyond their wildest dreams. And because of that, everybody in their inner circle that has dealt with the destructive behavior has an opportunity to get this person back in their life. And incredible.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I was actually shocked that you responded. Just because I've been going down a lot of different rabbit holes of trying to find different levels of success and what people are doing to achieve that success. And I'm just very interested in what other people are doing. And so when I kind of stumbled upon you, I didn't think I was gonna you were gonna
I
respond.
get that. I
But
get
it
that
was
a
just
lot,
kind of
man.
something.
But my life is all about humility now,
Yeah,
and the art of humbleness. And it doesn't
yeah,
matter if it's Chris Cuomo or Extra or Jay Shetty on Purpose or with you or somebody as an audience of 10 people. My job, my role, my mission is to get to one person. And if we could help one person on this podcast today
hmm
to get the life they deserve, or they want to message me to at agent_DP on Instagram, we'll send a free copy of our books to anybody struggling, aiming high. Done. Because, it's, like I said, it's just a blessing. And I've had other podcast hosts tell me the same thing. I can't believe you replied. I told you I'm nobody special. I work for special people.
yeah, yeah. I think for me it was more of a shock just because to me, you were the first person that accomplished what I'm setting out to do. So essentially, kind of like paving the road. So now all I have to do is just keep following you and just
Yep.
kind of like try to find like the right decisions. So please, on a personal level, continue doing what you're doing. It's amazing. It helped me get through a couple days, just of shit times lately. So I appreciate what you're doing. So yeah, please just continue doing what you're doing. It's amazing, man.
And
And I
thanks
know
for
you're
having me.
really
We'll be
busy,
in
so
touch.
go
You
ahead.
keep doing what you're doing too. You're inspiring a
Yeah,
lot more
definitely.
people than you know.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, no, I'm trying, but yeah, nowhere near what you're
Man,
doing. But
I'm much
I'll get
older,
there. I'll get
so
there eventually.
I got a
So
head starting. I'm 52. Hopefully, you'll blow past me when you're my age. So just keep
yeah,
doing
no,
it.
yeah, no, I appreciate that. So all right, man, I'll go ahead and get you out of here. If you can kind of tell everybody
So,
where they can find you
official
online, social media,
DarrenPrince.com
websites.
is my website. www.princemarketinggroup.com is the agency. My Instagram at agent_DP. Facebook Darren Prince. And then I also have my own foundation, Aiming High Foundation. My 501c3, where 100% of the proceeds go to scholarship people suffering with substance abuse disorder to get them into treatment.
Oh, that's
All
amazing.
right.
That's really amazing, man. All right, yeah, I will. I'll put all of that in
Cool.
the show notes down below, and hopefully we can
That's
help
it, man.
somebody get through just one more day.
Thanks
So
for having me. You
I
too, man.
appreciate your time, Darren,
We'll be in
and
touch.
we'll be talking soon.